Hard work.
Hi, my name is Eric Scheele. I am owner and president of KC Pier, foundation repair experts here in Kansas City. And today I wanted to talk about the KC Pier Experience. And for you as a customer, what we consider and talk internally about the KC Pier Experience is your experience from the initial call and introduction, whether you find us on the phone or on the web, and what that experience is like and what you can expect, to the structural consultation of why you really called us in the first place and how we process and assess the home when we're there, and ultimately what you can expect to experience during production when we're there actually working on the home, and then how we wrap that up into the final experience. That's what we call the KC Pier Experience. The foundation issues as a whole can be a very stressful and kind of foreign territory for a lot of people, and we recognize that. And so our overall goal within that experience is to be over communicative and ultimately educate the homeowner as to what is going on within the home, why are we doing the things that we're doing, and the things that we can do to assist you as a homeowner to understand all those variables and ultimately be really confident that the repairs that we bring to you as a homeowner are repairs that we can provide lifetime warranties and guarantees on. There's two ways that most customers find us, and that's usually on Google, but then ultimately making that phone call or filling out a web form on our website. And that ultimately will lead to a conversation with our front office personnel. That conversation is going to be a brief explanation or discussion about what's going on in the home, whether it's structural or whether it's waterproofing or something maybe in between or a combination of both. And then ultimately taking a look at your schedule of what's convenient. We usually run a few weeks ahead of time. We'll try to get to people as soon as we can, but ultimately we'll walk away with the time at which our structural consultant is going to be there, and we're going to wrap that up by communicating to you guys all the critical data, times, addresses, phone numbers, things of that nature, and potentially who that structural consultant will be. We'll finalize that once we hang up the phone to send you a confirmation email and introduce you to the structural consultant that will be showing up the day of the consultation. For the structural consultation, one of three of our structural consultants are going to be contacting you prior to their visit to talk about, again, the issues that you may be having, if anything has developed since the initial phone call, and basically give you an expectation of what you can expect when we show up at the house. When we show up at the house and talk about the foundation issues, what we like to do is we like to what we call unwrap the black box. Because to many homeowners, the foundation is a black box. It's scary, it's stressful. Some people even think as extremely as the house is going to fall down, and there's nothing of that sort. And so we're going to put your mind at ease. We're going to take a look at the house from a global perspective and deductively reduce it down to the actual issues and whether those issues are active or inactive. We're going to educate you as to why those issues are taking place in the first place, what's causing those issues, and ultimately provide you with what we call ABC solutions to the foundation issue, if it's an issue at all. Many times when we go to homes and take a look at cracks, not all cracks are bad cracks. We'll just simply tell you that you're okay. Everything's going to be all right, and if it remains this way, then you're okay. If not, we're going to take a look at what we call ABC solutions. These are resolutions that have multiple warranties to them. A being like, this is the Mr. Fix-It type of solution that's going to get you by. C is going to be the Cadillac solution that's going to probably have a lifetime warranty. And B is going to be that hybrid. You have choices with KC Pier. A lot of companies don't necessarily give choices. They kind of throw the grand slam at you, and it is what it is. We try to release that power of the homeowner and decision making over to you, the homeowner, so we're not necessarily driving that. And the education piece of that kind of wraps into that structural consultation. And so we draw all that up, we CAD it out on computer, and it lives with us at KC Pier, so we can refer to it whether you make that decision immediately or ultimately you come back to it at some later time. We're going to have that on file so we can actually have a base to go off of should we revisit that house down the road. So that is the structural consultation in a whole, and it ultimately is there to give you, the homeowner, confidence that you are talking to the right person and ultimately have the power of education behind you to unwrap that black box so you know exactly what you're getting into. Now you've made your decision to work with KC Pier. We're super excited about it, and we're getting down to the day of production. This is a day at which we are coming to fix the home based on the options that you guys have chosen, and we are there to educate you through that process. So prior to production, you're gonna get another phone call, you're gonna get another email introducing you to the production manager. The production manager is also going to be calling you to tell you what to expect on the day of production. His job is there to re-educate you from the structural consultant. Again, we try to over-communicate and keep that black box unwrapped for you as a homeowner. So he's going to go through what they're trying to accomplish for the day, what they're doing and why they're doing that. That way you can understand the mechanics and the workings, the inner workings of all the variables of the resolution that we've placed or are placing in your house. Not only is his job there to educate you as a homeowner, but he's also there to help manage the crews. And we ultimately want to be efficient. We also want to be very clean. We want to be able to respect the job site and keep our work area tidy. And so if we plastic off the areas that we work, there's reasons why we're doing it. We're trying to keep the dust to a minimum. You're gonna see our crews are extremely clean. We talk about it internally constantly. If you go to Google and look at reviews, you'll see a lot of comments about the cleanliness of our crews, and it's because it's kind of a mantra of ours. We try to make that work site cleaner than the day that we actually arrived. And so as the production manager, his job is going to make sure that that job site is kept clean and that you're walking through at the end of the job. He's walked through every step that we've done and that ultimately you guys approve, because ultimately what we talk about internally through the production, what we want to try to do is we try to earn a 5-star review. We understand that those reviews live forever, and we talk about them internally from our initial call into the office to our structural consultation, to our production team and our crews, and the cleanup and the overall summary experience. We want to make sure that you as a homeowner have confidence that you have chosen the best foundation repair company in Kansas City, and are proud to tell about it on Google, so anybody considering a repair on their foundation and goes and does the research, probably the same research that you've done, and you've read some of those reviews, are going to read your review as well and have a choice that they've made with confidence that KC Pier is that foundation repair company of choice.
Hard work, work. Hard work.